I want you to flip over to the second book of the Bible, Genesis. Don't get frightened now. You think I'm going book by book and there's 66. No. Don't get frightened. I'm just taking you to that particular book right now. To answer the question yet a different way. Though you flipped over a couple of pages in your Bible, you've actually gone through hundreds of years of history. And you've gone through to get to the place where the Mosaic dispensation or the Mosaic period begins. So now we're seeing patriarchal period is over. And during the patriarchal period, God chose Abram to be the one that opens the door to his kingdom and be as part of his nation. So the Abrahamic covenant was there. And the access points to other people in the family of God came through that those who bless you, Abram, I will bless. Those who curse you, I will curse. And all nations shall be blessed through you. So the doorway was through Abram. God always has access points to people, and it's through those who are already serving God. Let's continue now. We're answering the question yet a different way. The question is, how does a king choose his people? Answer, he calls them together. Verse 1 says of Exodus 3, now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the far side of the desert and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in flames of fire from within a bush. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it did not burn up. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up. When the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, here I am. Do not come any closer, God said. Take off your sandals, for the place where you're standing is holy ground. Verse 6. Then he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. We see the answer there, how God established who his people were by referencing the patriarchal period. These are my people. I'm the God of these individuals. I'm the king of these subjects. At this, Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at God or look at what was a symbolic image of God, the burning bush. Verse 7, the Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people. Now we're seeing this introduced, my people. In Egypt, I've heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I'm concerned about their suffering. So I've come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey, the home of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. And now the cry of the Israelites has reached me, and I've seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them. So now go. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. There we find the answer in the Mosaic period. Who are the people of God? My people are the Israelites. Those who were descendants of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the thousands of people that came out of that lineage, they are my people. Now don't close the door of your mind right now and think that, well, are we saying that nobody else? I didn't say that. We're answering the question, but you can't be random when you answer technical questions. This question is very thorny, a lot of moving parts. And so we have to just slice it out properly so that the question is answered in a way when you walk out, you said, I got it. Wave at me if you're still with me. All right, good. All right. So here we see that God introduces to us that he has people. And his people are the Israelite people. That means the Hebrew people, God says, they're mine. But remember how it began. He didn't choose a race of people. He chose one person. So the Hebrew people became the people because they were descendants from this one person, Abram. Now, there are people that are Hebrew in Bible days, in Old Testament days, that didn't make it into heaven. Remember how God said, these are wicked and stiff-necked people. So a lot of them didn't make it in. So just because of someone's ethnicity, it doesn't mean that you have a free pass to get into heaven. Oh no. You got to live based on how God lays down his rules and his laws and how he wants to be treated. Because why would you go to heaven if you hate God? Doesn't make any sense. So that's why you go to heaven if you love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And you live that way, that's what makes you his people. But here we see that God's established this. Now watch this now. This people are called to be able to live for God together. They're called not to live in individualism. That means I'm only caring about myself. I don't care about anybody else. No, they're called to live as a community of people that have had this common experience of serving God. And if each of them is serving God the way God's prescribed, worship through the Mosaic law or the Ten Commandments and the ritualistic things, the priesthood, the sacrifice, the atonement of sin, all those things, and there are many of them, if all those individuals say, we're going to serve God the way he prescribed, then they've become a community. They become his people. And that's why I say to you, all around the world, anyone who's experienced salvation through Christ, I don't care the difference in ethnicity, culture, race, language, tribe, they will connect with you and you will connect with them if you have met Christ as well.